In this video, I'm going to talk about inner demons, what they are, why they're there, how they got there, and what you could do to minimize their effects. So what are inner demons? Inner demons are just negative feelings that you have about yourself, such as self-doubt, depression. It could also be uncontrollable, repressed emotions that could just blow up or flare up at any time. It's basically what they refer to as a closet full of skeletons or a can of worms. Once that closet gets open, cracked open, or that can gets open, it's really hard to contain it. Why do some of us have these inner demons? It could be from a childhood trauma, something that happened to you through your experience that affected you directly or indirectly. It could also be because you've been controlled your whole life, emotionally and mentally, where you do not have a sense of inner self anymore. You can't really think for yourself. So many times in life, you make bad decisions, bad mistakes, and you start having regrets because your inner self, or what you think you believe your inner self, have failed you. But actually, it wasn't your inner self. It was just you making decisions based on what you think other people want you to do. So here's a story about me. I would have these random repressed moments just flare up. It could happen anytime. It could be when I'm just driving my car or sitting in a passenger seat. I'm just like dazing off, and then all of a sudden I have these attacks of that just brought into my consciousness. Let's say it was like a previous relationship that didn't go well and I blame myself for it, or it could be a previous friendship that soured and I also blame myself for. It's just a lot of self-blame and regrets when I'm under extreme stress or I heard really bad news. For example, my son being diagnosed with a disorder, or one of my family got really sick, or maybe a customer gave me a very terrible experience in my business. When these things happen and I'm stressed, my inner demons would pop up and pull me down into even more deeper stress. I would start thinking things that are not even related to the issue, and I would just beat myself down for it. Like, I should have done this, I should have done that instead. That experience with the customer is so bad. I don't know if I could continue on with doing what I'm doing. Or my son, he has a disability, he's gonna be like that forever. I'm gonna be like 60, 70 years old and I need to take care of him instead of being retired and enjoying my life. These thoughts just puts me into a mental spiral, just nothing but darkness and depressed. Now, if you're experiencing something like this, here are 4 tips on how I deal with demons that I have to help me control these thoughts and help me get my mind back up healthy and thinking good things. Number 1, immediately when you sense that is coming upon you, take a deep breath, okay, count to 10 and tell yourself that, all right, this happened and I said these things, but it's the past and I still love myself, I forgive myself, and I'm a better man and I'll never make the same mistake again. And after saying that, usually I feel a lot better and I would think about something else to just get away from that. But let's just say it's something that's very, very bad news. You found out somebody close to you, somebody important to you, have a health problem. You know, it could be cancer, it could be mental illness, some kind of emergency. If it's something like that, I would pray. I would pray to God. He's the man above. Only He can have control over those things that you cannot control in your own hands. So put all your faith in Him and all your burdens on Him, because that's the best that you can do. Something that you cannot control will give you the most stress. And number 3, go see a counselor or a psychiatrist, somebody that could help you work out these issues, where you have to kind of dig really deep, all the way back in the beginning of where it came from, where the demons came from, how it actually got there in the first place. Because to heal you, you have to go back, solve these issues that you have that you suppressed them when you were younger. You just kind of, locked it away, but then the problem is still there. And a counselor, a psychiatrist would definitely be able to help you with that. I mean, I'm talking to one right now every week, and it's been amazing, a blessing, and I don't know where I would be if I didn't have a chance to talk to one. Last tip, number 4, is write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper, a journal. Just write down all your thoughts. If it has to do with somebody, just write it to that person, and don't send it. Put it on a paper, and if you want, you could burn it, you could shred it, throw it away. Kind of have a closure, just leave it on a piece of paper. This helps take those thoughts and emotions out of your heart, out of your mind, and put it somewhere else. That piece of paper becomes a symbol of your suffering. And once that symbol is on a paper and not inside you, you'll feel a lot more lighter and a lot more freer. So I hope these tips help. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming out with new videos every week, and I'll see you in the next video.